Hey, what's up everybody, Mike back with another video. So inside this box is probably the projector you guys have actually been waiting for, a 1080p projector that literally costs $250. If you saw the post I put out on Facebook, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The manufacturer claimed that this has got a native 1080p chip inside it and is actually capable of creating an image that's comparable to something like Optimus HD 143X. Now if any of this checks out, then this is very exciting as we delve further into 2019. So currently at the time of filming this video, this projector is listed on Amazon for $249.99. I believe one of you in the comments section actually posted something about a 1080p projector that literally costs about under $300. This was back in October last year. I should say after filming the start of this video I managed to lose my voice, so apologies for my croaky voice. Built-in kickstand, a lens and an IR sensor on the front. Coming round to the right you'll find a slot for an SD card, which is quite handy to have. You don't find that very often, and it just gives you another way of playing your media directly without having to plug it into a set-top box or a TV box or anything. Flicking the projector onto the bottom, you'll see if you remove the little rubber tabs off the feet, you'll expose a 1/4 inch thread, so you can pick up any old projector ceiling mount from Amazon. They only cost about £15. The focus wheel, it feels pretty rough, so I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's about as good as a $100 projector, what you would expect on a budget projector. The same can be said for the Keystone. They all work, it's just very cheaply made, and with the chrome trim it's just trying to jazz up a poorly designed product. On the corner you'll also find a selection of buttons. They actually feel alright. In terms of port selection, 2 USB, HDMI, VGA, audio video in, and you've also got a 3.5mm input. That about wraps it up. So the main question, is this better than a WXGA? Is this a 1080p projector? And looking at what you're seeing on screen, I can quite categorically say it's definitely better than WXGA, and it probably is a 1080p chip in it. It'll probably be the lowest of the low, but to me it does look like a native 1080p image. We'll talk about colour and sharpness and uniformity later on, but for now, yes, in my opinion, it is a 1080p image. So let's start off with sharpness and how sharp this projector really looks. So this is me hooked up to my Virgin Media set-top box, and as you can see from left to right the image is crisp, it's sharp, and in terms of setting this projector up, once I've done that and I've adjusted the red, blue and green strength, you don't get to adjust the gain, you don't get to adjust the gamma or anything like that. All it's got is red, blue and green and the brightness, but once that is calibrated, the image that you can get in a dark room, what you're looking at on screen is better than any WXGA projector that I've actually tested over the last couple of years. It looks pretty impressive for the price point. Definitely in terms of the overall uniformity of the image, looking at that picture, it looks pretty damn good. And in terms of softness, let me start again. In terms of softness along the edges, it actually looks on par with something like Optimus HD 143X. Obviously it doesn't have the same level of brightness and can produce the colours like a Optima projector or an LG or a BenQ will do, but again you've got to be realistic here what you can expect. What you've got is a 1080p image that looks pretty sharp, the colours look pretty decent once you've spent a bit of time, and the overall output of the image looks very good considering the price point. So the big question, should you buy a projector like this? It's never going to be as sharp as your big branded projectors. It's never going to have as accurate colours like Rec 709. None of that here. It can produce white output like a lamp-based projector, especially with these cheap LEDs inside it. But it can actually produce a half-decent image, and it can even handle a little bit of ambient light. So here's the projector. This is the best image I can get out of it on a screen that's well over 100 inches, as you can see. And the image quality looks pretty impressive for a sub $250 projector in a very dark room, but it has to be in a dark room. When you consider the price point, an Optima HD 143X in the UK costs about £465. This thing will cost you a little bit over 200, so which is, you know, less than 50% the cost. So for a lot of you on a budget, this might definitely be worth it. Or you might just want to save up the extra for a few more months and buy the HD 143X or an equivalent projector. But this does offer great value for money. It's got a relatively sharp image. It's got decent colours once you actually adjust it and you actually get it perfect for your screen and your environment. It really does do a half decent job. And Again, this is a step away from WXGA, and 1080p at $250 is actually a great step in the right direction. So if you guys have got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them. Links will be in the video description along with an offer code, and I'll catch you on the next one.